ahead and use them. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
Left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek!
Hey guys, welcome to my next review. This is the Blokee's Constructicons and the Devastator upgrade kit. Now, I did a live stream a week ago, I believe, where I did this live build. But today I figured we would just do a review and just go over the Devastator and just build it on a review video. So first, let's go over some of the packaging. So this is what the Devastator kit came in. Now the only way you could get this is, and it's exclusive in Asia, basically, because of a licensing deal with Hasbro. And when we get to building it, you'll kind of see why. Because you were pretty much, it's transforming, and typically Hasbro doesn't like it when third-party companies do anything that transforms. Now it's pretty much parts building, but one of the figures does almost transform like the original G1. So in order to complete Devastator along with that kit, you had to pick up the individual vehicle mode figures. Now the last wave, this chapter 3, the most recent wave, not the last wave, chapter 3 of the Defender series had Scrapper, Mixmaster, and Long Haul. And to get Bone Crusher, Scavenger, and Hook, those were in, I can't remember who was in which wave. So Scavenger was in wave 1, and Hook and Bone Crusher were in wave 2, I believe. I'm looking through their cards. So let's do a close-up look of each one of them. So here's Mixmaster. They all have, well, all the ones that don't have tank treads have rolling wheels, and then the drum on Mixmaster can spin. Hook, the crane's functioning. It can rotate. The hook can swivel, and then it can extend a little bit and retract. Scavenger, he can rotate. Also, there's multiple hinge joints for the excavator. Long haul, nothing, no real articulation on him. He rolls though. Bone crusher, this canopy can move, and then the scoop can go up and down. And then scavenger, he can roll, kind of. I think I don't have that tabbed in all the way. It's affecting the wheel, but as you can see, they spin. And then his scoop can go up. So let's get this out of the way, and let's build Devastator. So I'll move these back a little bit, and then so here's the pieces. Here's his lower body and thighs, his blaster, his chest piece, both fists, his head, and I have the screaming face on there, and then here's 2 shoulder joints. And then the last thing, he does have an additional face. This one's more of a stoic look to it. So the first thing you want to do is, here's what I mean by, it's just like the G1 transformation. You push the scoop forward and you move his arms down. I mean, that's almost 1-for-1 for the G1 toy. Mix Master, you have to remove these wheels and then pop that off. At that, you see that ball joint. The ball joint plugs in right here. That creates the other leg. So long haul, as you can see, when I put these wheels on, you can kind of see stress marks. Not that great. But you take his dumpster part, the back of his truck. It might be easier just to remove this piece. It's pegged in pretty good. Damn. There. But I need this piece. So plug that back in like that, upside down. Oh, and then you take this off because you don't need this piece. Good Lord. All right, so now you take this piece and it can go on his torso. And then take the wheels off, the wheels that you took off, go right here. Hook, I think the instructions showed to put this in the front like that, which is wrong. So hook, you got his 2 pins here and then 2 holes there. And it should just tab in, just like that. And then we can put Mix Master on his leg. That tabs in. And that tabs in. So the next thing is we'll put these shoulder joints on. So these just plug in like so. You want them pointed up, and they should tab in. There should be just a small little, you should hear it pop. And the next one goes on the other side. Popped. The bucket for long haul tabs into his back, and that kind of helps secure the torso, the upper and lower torso. And then scavenger, you want to kind of click that up. And then take one of his fists, plug that in, and then that goes on this ball joint. Bone crusher, same thing. Tab the fist in, plug that in. And then the last two things is you take his chest piece and it plugs in this hole. There's one tab, and then there's a tab that tabs into the front and a long haul. And then the last thing, put on his head, and head's on a ball joint. And that is Devastator falling over. But yeah, real simple design. You will have extra pieces, like you'll have this extra lower part of long haul, the wheels that you took off the Mixmaster, and then the extra face, and then there was 2 additional hinge joints. So let's kind of go over articulation on them. I think I did this on the live, but so his head, like I said, his head's on a ball joint, so you can get that kind of rotation. It can look back that far. Oh, his arm's kind of in the way. Look down that far. Shoulders on a ball joint, so full rotation. You can get up to here, which is, pretty good for this Blokee. Elbows, single joint elbows, 90 degree. He does have a waist rotation, no crunch. You can lift this flap up to get his leg to go all the way like that, all the way up, and then all the way back. And then they're on a ball joint as well, so there's a little bit of rotation. Knee, you can get a rotation, and then you get almost more than 90 degrees on a single joint knee. And then each leg has this is on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of rotation. Same thing with this one. It's on a ball joint, so you get rotation there. And then, so one of the last things is, here is his blaster. Pretty good looking blaster. But, so yeah, that's all for articulation. Like I said, pretty decent. For as small as these things are, pretty decent. Pretty decent build. And it was a fun build. But you can kind of see why Hasbro kind of limited the release of this in the States, just because of how Scrapper transforms. He literally transforms. But so let's move on to my final thoughts. All right, so let's move on to my final thoughts. Let's see. Start off with the bad. Now, if you did notice going through the review how there was stretch marks on long hauls joints where the wheels plugged in, not a fan of that because it's stressed and compressed. So now the wheel doesn't stay on. I might have done that when I took it off the first time. So be careful if you're taking the wheels off of like long haul or Scrapper, because that mushroom peg just stressed on both sides, more on one side than the other. Other than that, the only other complaint is the limited availability of it. I lucked out and got one through Show Z. So from what I understand is every one of them has a card. You scan that barcode, and then it takes you to their site. You scan all 6 barcodes, unlocks to where you can purchase this. So I don't know if Show Z found a way around it, did it, purchased some, and I was able to get one. So the distribution of it's gonna suck for anybody that's not that's in the United States. But on with the goods, the decos on it look great. The Decepticon symbols, the build, putting it together was fun. It's a real easy to put together. I already had most of the parts put together. There's a little bit more involved from the very beginning, but you can see that if you want to go check out my live unboxing and build. I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, it's fun to put together, simple to put together. Decent articulation. I mean, it's mainly ball joints, other than the knee and elbow joints. They're like their little Blokee zone joint, 2-piece joint. But yeah, you get good movement out of it. So I definitely, if you're into Blokees, this one I would say is a must-have, just because Devastator is one of those classic, like, you know, in the top 10 of characters, most memorable as well, and just that neon green. But yeah, that's all I have here. If you could like, subscribe, leave a comment. Look me up on all of the other social medias. I'm on TikTok, X, Instagram. I'm on Facebook page. I post news daily. A lot of it's third-party Transformers related, but anything that looks cool, I try to share. So if you could give me a follow on those sites as well. So that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Take care. See ya.